This is the Lab 210B Callister Quadrangle how-to for question number 10. So question number 10 is, what is the gradient of the Bridget River from 200 feet contour line to the contour line before the Bridget River meets the Newburgh River? Show your work. All right, so this is a gradient problem. The gradient equation is change in field hour over distance. This is found on the front page of your reference tables. And what we need to do is we need to substitute the values in here and do the math. So I need to know where these two locations are. So what is the gradient of the Bridget River from the 200-foot contour line? So I need to find that to the contour line before the Bridget River meets the Newburgh River. So we're going to find those two locations. So the contour line before the Bridget River meets the Newburgh River. All right, so I'm going to go to my map. I'm going to find the Newburgh River, the Bridget River here. Right? So the Bridget River. So I find the Bridget River from the 200-foot contour line, so right there, to the contour line before the Bridget River meets the Newburgh River. So if we look at the ISO lines that are crossing the Bridget River, the ISO lines point in the direction that the river is uphill. So this is going uphill. In one of the previous questions, we identified that the contour interval was 20 feet. And here's a 200, and here's a 100. So this is 120, 140, 160, and 180. And so the river has to be flowing downstream like this. So the contour line before the Bridget River meets the Newburgh River would be right here. So I need to figure out the gradient going from here to here. So I need to know some information. I need to know the field values for this location and this location, and I need to know the distance between them. So the change in field value, so the field values are going to go on top, and then the distance is going to go on the bottom. All right, so to figure out the position here, so we know that this contour line here is 200. So my first value for elevation is going to go in here, 200 feet. And then my next location downhill is on the 160 line. So I'm going to subtract, find the difference between, find the change, 160 feet. Now I need to know the distance between them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper. I'm going to line it up with my two marks carefully. And I'm going to mark here. And I'm going to mark here. And so now I have the two locations marked on my scrap paper. I'm going to go down to the map scale. And I'm going to measure out what I can. So there's right there, that's 2 miles. And so then I have a small little bit left, and it comes out to 0.5. So my distance is 2.5 miles. All right, so now I go back to my math, and I put in 2.5 miles here. All right, so now I got to do the work. So 200 feet minus 160 feet is going to give me 40 feet. And I'm still going to divide that by 2.5 miles. And so now I got to do some math. So I'm going to use a calculator. 40 So 40 divided by 2.5 is going to be 16. And it doesn't say to round anything, so that's going to be a perfectly fine answer. And then I need to know my label. So my label is going to be right there built into my math of feet per mile. So my answer for question 10, well, that's it right there. 16 feet per mile. And I needed to show my work. So show the substitution, show the math steps. So here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the substitution, and I'm looking for the answer with the correct label.